Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Dear participants, good afternoon from Indonesia. Thank you for joining us in Food Talk under the theme of Spirited Away, the explained mystery of quality losses on takeaways. And I'm Selika. Here I am as the master of ceremony, also the moderator during our event today. Before we move to the next session, I would like to announce some rules regarding our webinar. So first, you are expected to attend on time. So I hope everyone is in here already, also in the YouTube live broadcast. And please fill attendance list at ipbuilding/acti-attendance. Or you can just scan the barcode as you can see on the screen. And you are required to turn off the microphone unless the host permits. And I hope you can also turn on your camera and use the virtual background that already provided by the committee yesterday. And after that, participants are given the opportunities to ask questions by directly or indirectly. The question can be submitted through the chat box of the meeting, and that will be open during the speaker session. Please submit the question with the following format: name, _D stands for direct or indirect, and underscore the questions. But we really encourage you to use the direct format so it can engage a more active discussion, and it's really preferable. And if you found some kind of trouble, please just contact the committees. Okay, we would like to hear some speech right now from our project officer of Food Talk. Okay, Aldi Fikri, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please, Aldi Fikri, time and screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Selika. So good afternoon for everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Aziz Boeing as our speaker, and good afternoon for all the audience. First thing first, I want to say sorry. As you can see, I'm not prepared well because I'm still out from home. I got work to do outside, so it's a bit windy here. So my hair just bumping around, and yeah, I wanna say thank you to everyone that involved in this webinar, especially for Mr. Aziz. So this is his second Food Talk speaker. Yeah, yeah. It's like Food Talk being a landmark for him. So I hope it will engage a very interesting Food Talk as the first one. And I want to say thank you for the team for backing me up to make this webinar come through. And I want to say thank you for all the participants that come and join us on this international webinar. I hope you guys enjoy the webinar because yeah, we bring this topic because the government of Indonesia makes a new rule, so we can't dine in on the restaurant. But when we take the food home, it's always like the food is getting worse, especially when it's getting cold, and we don't know why it's getting worse. So I hope everyone will know why the food getting worse, or maybe one of us is running a food and beverage business, so they will be helped by our webinar to give their customer a better experience. So I will give the screen back to Paselika, and thank you for everyone. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you so much, Aldi, for your speech. And next, we have also a speech from the head of Food Science and Technology Student Association, or we call it as HIMITEPA. Please, Selma Aprila Kardinan, time and screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Selika. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Selma Aprila as Head of Food Science and Technology Student Association, or HIMITEPA, IPB University 2021. First of all, just like Aldi, I would like to say greetings and thank you to Mr. Boeing as our amazing speaker for your willingness and kindness to share with us today. Also, thank you to the committee for handling this event and all the participants for your attendance. Last but not least, I would also like to say thank you and give my greetings to all the participants from Malaysia, I guess, maybe other countries, for attending this international webinar. It's such an honor for us, especially for HIMITEPA, to have you guys here. may you all are happy and in a good health as always. I just like to say that I hope today's webinar will give you a lot of new knowledge, lots of insightful facts, and therefore, hopefully, we can implement this knowledge we got today in our daily life. Please have a good time, everyone. Sit back, relax, pay attention, and enjoy. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to Selika.
Okay, thank you so much, Helma. Okay, I think that's all. So without any further ado, let's move on to the main session. But before we start, I would like to ask you some question, as maybe already spoken by Aldi before. Did you ever wonder why takeaway food tastes worse than when we dine in? Please, anyone can answer? Okay, since no one, I didn't see anyone, but yes, it gets cold. Yes, maybe. Okay, today the mystery behind that will be explained deeper by Dr. Aziz Boy Sitanggang. He is the lecturer of Food Science and Technology at IPB University. But I would like to share some kind of information about him. So please, operator. Yes, as you can see in here, he is right now as the active lecturer, researcher, and active reviewer. He is the lecturer of Department Food Science and Technology, IPB University, and he's do a lot of review from Food Science Journal, Elsevier, and so on. And he has a lot of awards, Science and Technology Awards, Young Scientist Awards from IFOS, Best Research Presenter, Outstanding Lecturer. And he's graduated from IPB University, Yonsei University in Taiwan, and Technische Universität in Berlin. And he published a lot of articles internationally and nationally, as you can see in here. Also invited speakers and conferences, there's a lot. And also participating in writing a book chapters, and he has patents and membership at PATP, the Indonesian Association of Food Technologies, and his research interest in membrane technology, enzyme kinetics, and food processing and food engineering. Okay, since I see everyone is amazed enough about him, so Mr. Boeing, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, hello, Mr. Boeing, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, Selisa. Thank you.
Okay, so now for you, time and screen is yours.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank again the organizer, Student Association of Food Science, HIMITEPA. Thank you very much for inviting me again. I'm so happy to see you again for second round. Yeah, previous round probably wasn't that convenient because I was in Bandung, and then we've got so many things happening there. Hopefully this time, I mean this round, we will learn. Selika actually told me that not to be so theoretical, but probably a bit practical. So I would like to combine between both of them, practical and theoretical. But once again, I think it's also challenging for me. Why I say it's challenging? Because it's basically something that we almost face every day. I mean, who doesn't buy food online nowadays, especially Indonesia, while we've got this restriction for community activities? Yeah, so yeah. So let me share with you a little bit. And if you do have any questions, just like Selika has already told you, you probably just pop up and then raise your voice and then just ask me directly, or probably you can just write it down on the chat room and you can ask Selika later on to read it for me. Okay, good. So I'm going to start. Yeah. The title of my talk, although it's not similar like the title of this food talk, but I think I'm just gonna cover it a bit wider. So I'm just gonna put it in this way: possible quality and safety issues on takeaways. Yeah. Once again, my name is Aziz Boeing Sitanggang. So some students may call me Pa Boeing, some call me Pak Ajis, but nobody actually has ever called me Pak Sitanggang. Yeah. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, good. So let's have a look a little bit about the news. So in here, Gojek is one of the online platform for food online online delivery. Told that there is a rise about 20% of this food online delivery or FOD. And then we've seen from other news as well that we've got the potential value of this food online delivery will reach out about 16 billion US dollar, okay, by 2025. Okay, so it's a huge number. Actually, it's a huge value. And then lastly in here, and Indonesia will likely become #1 market for this food online delivery, because from the number of populations, we've got Indonesia #1, especially in Southeast Asia. So looking at these facts, I think there is a huge possibility, there is a huge opportunity where we can see later on food online delivery, this market will be really high in the next future. Good. So let's have a look a bit about online food delivery or OFD. The internet nowadays has become an integral part of the daily lives of society, and of course has significantly changed different aspects of people's lives, okay, including the way how they or we shop. Nowadays with so many online platforms, even we can also buy chemicals online, not only food. We can buy clothes, we can buy many things, okay. So I think it's really convenient. Like 10 years ago, probably these typical online markets or online platforms were not really popular in Indonesia, okay. Like in abroad, when I was staying in Germany, I think like Amazon was the best online platform to buy something from internet. But nowadays in Indonesia, we've got at least, I think, around 4 to 5 online platforms were really engaging in this online marketing. Okay, and of course, we can also buy food from online markets, and food delivery companies build their business by providing online platforms. And it's really interesting. Why? Because nowadays you don't have kitchen, but you can sell the foods. This is really interesting. Yeah, just like what we have with online platforms, they do not have any kitchen, but they do sell foods and beverages because they provide online platforms that connect. Okay, what do they do? Okay, they connect customers to the restaurants in the area and charging restaurants a commission for placed orders. So if we would like to see in general the information of how we can buy food online, first of all, you need to start to use your mobile application, and depending on the platform or e-service, we call it e-service. Okay, it seems that my pointer doesn't really work. Okay, so have a look in here. We start from the consumers. Okay, we try to choose or select e-commerce or application that we would like to use, and then after that you are going to reach the cloud, okay, online platforms. And then after that, the online platforms will connect between the restaurant. You can select actually many menus over there, and then try to choose the one that you want. And then after that, the restaurant will prepare it for you. And fourth, you can see the driver will actually deliver the food that you have previously ordered to you. Okay, this is a typical design or typical flow sheet of how we can order food online. Okay, but then whenever you would like to order the food online, it depends on the customers. Okay, which service they would like to select. Okay, we've got so many choices. I think I don't want to mention them. Yeah, just saying that we've got so many options. Okay, and a customer perception plays a crucial role in understanding the decision-making process of the consumers. So whenever your perception or the consumer's perception is good at some or particular application, then you go directly there. And especially for students, I think most likely, like whenever you hear some kind of discounts and things like that, so probably you would like to try that. Okay, and then the consumers mostly prefer uniqueness. Okay, this is what I quote: uniqueness in terms of price, quality, and delivery. Okay, so basically you've got experience first, and then from the experience, you may assess whether you would like to buy the food online using the same platform, or you would like to try the other platform, depending on your experience. And of course, the e-service quality also play a role for your decision. Okay, if you would like to use particular application, depending on the website design, okay, security or privacy, this is really important nowadays. Why I say it's really important? Because within 1 week, I may receive 5 to 10 calls from third party that would like to offer something to me, and you know what? My private information, my detailed information, personal detailed information, I only gave it to the bank account. Okay, whenever I open bank account. But nowadays, like many people can call me using my phone number. So it seems like, yeah, our privacy is not really stored safely. But I don't know what happens. But one more important thing that I would like to highlight in here, basically, that we need to see which kind of application that we are going to use, and then we need to find out the privacy security that they offer to us. Most likely for us Indonesian people, yeah, we don't really care about this one initially, but then once you've got an experience regarding the security or privacy, and then the next round or the next time you would like to download some app, would like to tick, okay, how about the privacy? I would like to read it first. Yeah, and it's also really important for us to know what sort of things that they can open, or widely to the society, what sort of things that they can keep it in a secret for you. Okay, and then the next thing is reliability. Okay, speed or responsiveness. If you open the web or applications, whenever it takes so long, so probably the next round or next time you don't want to use it anymore. The information quality, service interaction, you also need this kind of features for the e-service quality. And then this is the conceptual model for online food delivery. First of all, product presentation and transaction reliability and mobile application attributes are really important while you are choosing a service. Okay, once again, product presentation, transaction reliability, and mobile application attributes. Attributes means how interactive is the information being provided to you. Okay, so based on this, probably we would like to select one particular application. And the second, higher media richness. Richness in terms of information being provided to you shall lead to a positive feeling about the product. And lastly, a good presentation of the products on the mobile screen shall enhance the perception of product quality. So if you would like to see in here the interdependence of e-service quality, food quality, and then it leads to perceived value of the food product or even on the online platform, and also customer satisfaction, and finally customer loyalty. So again and again, you are going to use the same application, you are going to use the same platform because you are satisfied. Not only satisfied by the delivery method, how fast, how responsive it is, but also for the product that you receive. Okay, so this is what we need actually to learn about this online platform or how we can actually offer online food delivery to the society. Good. But of course, if you try to survey consumers, some of them may also respond that they don't want to buy food online, and some of them may would like to buy food online, depending on their reasons, basically. So I actually try to put it here, the advantages of online food delivery. As you can see in here, key thoughts or concepts: avoiding travel. Okay, if you just want to stay at home and then enjoying watching your Netflix, and then somehow your food comes in, it's really nice, especially for holiday. Saving travel time, cost, and energy. Okay, avoiding parking, which is in Indonesia, parking money or parking fee is quite high. Okay, avoiding going shopping with small children, especially for me, I'm having a baby son. Okay, so I don't want to go outside because my baby son will be like really, really woo. Okay, like really, really free. Okay, so this is about spatial flexibility or convenience. And then why I don't want to buy online food delivery, probably because I don't have first-hand experience. Okay, quality of the product probably reduced, because why? Because you don't really see how they prepare it. You don't really get the food right after it is being prepared. So first-hand experience leads to probably worse opinion or worse sensation on quality of food product. Can't believe anything that I can't see. Okay, this is also important, and can't have a feel of things. Okay, so this is misleading product information. So this is what online platform actually provide to you. Okay, they actually provide more and more information to you, so you don't have this misleading product information. So the feature that is being given on the online platform is really important for the consumers to like this typical online platform. So good. Now we're moving forward with the problem statement of food or online food delivery. This is something that is related to safety. First of all, most of food and beverages or F&Bs purchased from online food delivery are traceable. I said mostly, not all of them, but mostly they are perishable. And when we talk about perishable foods, those likely to spoil or probably decay or become unsafe to consume if not kept refrigerated below 4.4 degrees Celsius, or even at frozen condition around minus 17 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the more information that you need to understand, actually discard the perishable food which has been left out at room temperature overnight, though it may look and smell good. Yeah, it's quite ridiculous actually, because in our daily life sometimes we also need to challenge ourselves whether the food is already spoiled or not. We taste it, but please don't do that again. Okay, because don't ever taste a food to see if it's spoiled. Okay, from the aroma, from the changing color, from the texture. From the texture, you don't have to actually taste it. You can use spoon or fork to see whether the texture already changed or not. So please don't taste it. Okay, and never leave food in danger zone over 2 hours. I think all of you are food students. You already know what is danger zone actually. Okay, so this is something that you have to know. Danger zone is about a temperature around 4 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius, where the microorganisms, especially spoilage and pathogenic microorganisms, may grow rapidly, because most of the microorganisms are mesophilic microorganisms. Okay, the danger zone is the temperature range between, once again, 4 to 60 degrees Celsius. So this is something that you need to understand. Whenever you would like to buy food from online platform, think about which type of food do you want to buy, whether this kind of food is perishable or not. If you just buy a food that is like fried foods, I think there's no problem at all about danger zone. Okay, because it won't take more than 1 hour actually for delivering the food to your house. Okay, but then whenever you try to select or to buy foods online which are categorized into perishable foods, then you may consider what sort of things that you need to do right after you receive the foods at home. Okay, good. And the second is safety and quality related. During transportation of food and beverages, okay, they've got to be well packed. Okay, such packaging is the least protection for recontamination. Once again, such packaging is the least protection for recontamination, either by microorganisms or physical contamination, dirt. As the number of people ordering food online is on the rise, so are concerns about sustainability and the impact of food delivery on the environment. So you need to also think about this one, especially the utilization of plastic packaging and other non-recyclable packagings. We can have here like bags, carton and trays, cups and cup accessories, plates, bowls, cutlery, or even wraps. Okay, you've got so many options actually. And then such packaging considers key delivery functionality requirements in food integrity. This is really important also. Okay, if the restaurants or small food vendors, okay, they choose the wrong packaging, so during the delivery, the packaging integrity may be broken, then the food being packed will not be protected anymore. So this is also a quite problem, especially for online food delivery. Okay, good. So now we're moving forward. We've got issues, safety related issues, quality related issues. Previously, I have mentioned to you regarding this online food delivery. And now we would like to map possible quality and safety issues on previously I have mentioned quality and safety. Okay, so once again, we're coming back to this typical schematic view of how we can actually order food online. First of all, you've got your wish. Okay, you would like to order food online, and then you go to online platforms, and then it will connect, okay, the driver and also the restaurant. The restaurant will provide you the food that you want to buy, and then after that, the shippers or delivery person will deliver the food to your house. So if we see into details of these steps, so the first steps, I think, in here, okay, number 1, number 2, number 3, starting from you go to the application and then you try to search the food that you would like to buy, and then finally decide what type of food that you want to buy and then order it. There is not single possibility for quality and safety issues in here. Okay, there is none. Okay, but then if we are going to move forward for the other sides in here, this is the real problems happening. Okay, I mean happening regarding the quality and safety issues. So let's see one by one. Okay, from the step number 3 until number 4, okay, the preparation of food and beverages and final packing. Okay, we've got a problems in here regarding the safety and quality issues. And then step number 4 until number 5, okay, food and beverages delivery to reach consumers. Okay, and lastly, whenever the food and beverages already received by the consumers, and then how the consumers will prepare this purchased food and beverages prior to consumption. So we would like to see all the safety and quality issues on each of these steps. First of all, preparation of food and beverages and final packing. So the preparation food and beverages must be following good manufacturing practices, standard sanitation, standard operating procedures. Okay, so I think not long ago, within 1 month, we've seen these videos viral. Okay, how in some country they prepare their foods is really unhygienic. Okay, like in here, this is also one of the things that we need to consider when we buy food online, because we are not present in the restaurant. We just don't know how they actually prepare the food. Okay, you compare with this one. Okay, and of course you will laugh by yourself, because if I see this video, because this is totally contradicted. Yeah, but of course there is a price behind it. I mean, you can buy, I think, lots cheaper food whenever it's prepared like this, and then when it gets to here, then the price will be much I think higher or more expensive. Okay, but nevertheless, okay, nonetheless, we have to prepare, we have to make sure whenever we buy food online, you've got to be sure by yourself that the restaurant will prepare the food according to good manufacturing practices and then this typical sanitation standard operating procedures. Okay, and the second that we need to also consider about the recontamination and undercooked food products. Okay, and some major sources to microbial contamination, probably place of preparation, utensil being utilized, raw materials, time and temperature abuse of cooked foods. So these typical undercooked food products, and also personal hygiene of vendors. Okay, now you think by yourself, but how do we know this? Yeah, because what you do basically just using this application and then try to select the food products that you want. But once again, you've got to see the review. So this is also kind of like practical things that you probably can adopt. Try to see the review of the restaurant first before you select the food product that you want to buy. Why I say like that? Because on online platforms, everything can be presented nicely. Everything can be presented really, really interesting. So you yourself will be totally interested without thinking any other factors at all. Okay, so my point of view, before you start to buy one particular food product from a restaurant, especially with this scheme of online food delivery, try to see the review first. Okay, for example, undercooking chicken can give rise to Campylobacter, a type of bacteria. During the rearing and slaughtering of animals, salmonella that lives in animal intestines can transfer onto food products. So we've got this possibility of how bacteria or microorganisms can contaminate our food product. Okay. Still on the issue on preparation of F&Bs and final packing, the packing must be following good handling practices. Okay. So why? Because it's really important to pack our product, food products, okay, and beverages nicely, okay, and accordingly. So we have to select proper packaging material. We have to select proper packaging strategy. Okay, like in here, you see, I've shown to you some nicely prepared and nicely packed food products. Okay. What about this one? Have you experienced this? I've experienced this multiple times. Okay, I buy some fillets. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, buy some soups. Looks like I received like this. Okay, so this is also a problem. First of all, I think the problem is not only for the delivery or the shippers, but also for the restaurants, because the restaurants actually cannot select the proper packaging way or proper packaging type to pack their products depending on the characteristic of their product. If it's solid, I think it's not that difficult to choose the proper packaging. But when it comes to liquid food product or beverages, then you have to consider different strategy of selecting packaging that you want to use. Okay, and now try to compare between this one, both of them liquid, and here is also liquid. You see the difference? Because whenever the restaurant cannot choose the proper packaging material, then the delivery man or the shippers, okay, will be totally irresponsible for quality maintained. For maintaining quality of the food product being delivered. And this is such really, really a burden for them. Why? Especially when they utilize motorcycle and then they have to do it in a very fast way. Probably you know those motorcycle drivers, yeah, those bikers, yeah, whenever they go on the road, okay, they've got like, I don't know, multiple lives, I guess. Okay, so you see now, okay, how we can actually receive our food product at home by looking at this one. I think it's gonna be a really, really problematic. And the problem is not only about, okay, I don't want to buy the food product anymore utilizing this kind of online platform or from this restaurant. Not only stopping there, the problem that we are facing, but this. First of all, quality loss, appearance. Okay, whenever you would like to eat food, whenever you want to eat food product where the appearance like this, I think your mood, okay, your feeling will be totally downgraded. Okay, so this is a quality loss. Okay, you don't perceive anymore the food product that you see online being presented nicely, and then you see in the reality such like this. Okay, and the second one, quantity loss, like this one and this one. Why? Because I think here some or the debris of food product that is already in contact with the packaging, you don't want to eat it anymore. So we've got quantity loss. It is wasted. Okay, and the other thing is about safety. These integrated packs, it means recontamination from the outer part of the packaging. This is also a problematic issue because they probably don't sterilize the packaging. I don't expect, small food vendors to sterilize their food, their packagings. You know it exactly, I guess. Okay. And also because they don't sterilize it, so there is always a possibility where the recontamination may come from this outer part of the packaging into your food product. Okay. And then we're moving forward to the second part, which is the food and beverages delivery to reach consumers. Okay, the delivery, by following good handling practices, they have to control the temperature. This is also a problem. Most of our delivery method, we don't have this. We don't have such cold chain procedures, especially nowadays for our online platforms. They probably have their protection box, but that's not temperature control. Okay, it is left uncontrolled. Okay, and also it is actually intended just for protection from the dirt, not for maintaining the temperature. And whenever we talk about temperature abuse, we have to relate once again about the danger zone that we've got. Okay, the temperature around 4 until 60 degrees Celsius. And in Indonesia, yearly, I think our average temperature around 27 degrees Celsius, 28 degrees Celsius, or probably higher than that. Okay, so there is a um, possibility where the temperature rise, and then here, whenever the disintegration of packaging happening, recontamination happening, and then we've got spoiled or contaminated food product at our hands whenever we receive it at home. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing, what is also the problem with this temperature increase is probably leading to quality deterioration. What's happening there? Here, higher temperature reduce freshness or chilled sensation and overall appearance of chilled F&Bs. Whenever you buy beverage, okay, it should be accompanied with ice cubes. And then once you receive it at home, you don't find any more ice cubes. Okay. And then it's already lost. It turns out into water, of course. Okay. The sensation of freshness, chilled sensation, you don't have it anymore. And of course, it doesn't have any relationship with safety, but it does have relationship with the quality, your acceptance. Okay. And in some cases, reduced temperature, not the increase of temperature, but reduced temperature after preparation and a longer delivery may result in retrogradation of gel beverage. I'm going to give you the example, like what we've got with this, let's say boba. Okay. Whenever it takes too long, okay, whenever you eat, okay, the pearl, okay, turns out so hard. It means retrogradation happening there. We lost the sensation. Okay, we thought that the gel, okay, smooth, the texture is really nice. Okay, when you try to eat it, it's already retrograded, and then you see, oh, I don't want to buy it anymore. Okay, or at least if I want to buy it, I want to buy it on the spot. Okay. And the next thing is, the last step is food and beverages preparation prior to consumption. Okay, whenever you receive the food product at home, first of all, that you need to do is to leave out the packaging outside. Okay, if it's possible, you have, especially nowadays in this pandemic era. Okay, we don't know. Okay, and we have to be aware of that, of course. Okay, you have to leave out the packaging outside, and if it's possible, you have to spray it first with alcohols. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing, refrigerated food and beverages must be directly consumed, okay, or stored back inside refrigerator, especially these perishable foods. If you don't want to eat it directly, so probably you need to store it directly to refrigerator. And the second point, when it is possible, reheat the purchased food and beverages when it is possible. Okay, especially when the delivery takes quite longer. Okay, we are really afraid about the danger zone. So you have to reheat the purchased food and beverages that you have previously bought. Okay, good. So those are safety and quality related issues regarding these online food deliveries. So how we manage online food delivery for reacting to food loss or for reducing the food loss. It's also really important because in some parts, okay, if you read the news, due to this online food delivery, we also have an increase, especially for food loss. Okay. And in here, I would like to show a bit fact about food waste and food loss. Food waste refers to an acceptable level of quality of food or food being discarded by retailers or consumers due to microbial contamination, insect damage, or other physical dirts. That's the first thing. A high share of these losses is related to poor post-harvest handling, lack of proper facilities, insufficient training for the operators in the cold chain and during consumption. Okay, and lastly, it's really important, roughly 1/3 of global food production is wasted annually. You know, not in the other part of the world, in the other part of Indonesia, we've got also some of societies, some of our friends out there, they don't eat like what we eat every day, like 3 meals per day. Okay, so you see, but then you at home discharging such amount of food because you just don't want to eat it anymore. So it's wasted. Okay, and not only happening in underdeveloping or developing countries, even in developed countries, food loss and waste, as you can see in here, like in New Zealand, in the United States, Canada, Australia, you see, for the production is about 20%, okay, storage 3%, packing 1%, retail 12%, and what's interesting is here, consumption. In the consumption part in here, you see 28%. That's a huge number. Okay, that's a huge number. I think you can try to evaluate yourself. Okay, per day, how much food being wasted by yourself, and you can think about, okay, it's totally wasted, and I have to manage. Whenever you whenever you want to buy food products, you have to manage whether you would like to eat all of them or some sort of them, or it might be possible as well. You just want to eat it, but you don't want to finish it. Kalau bahasa Indonesianya pengen cicipin aja, just like that. Okay, so you need to think about this one. Okay, and managing online food delivery for reducing food loss, as you can see in here, we've got avoidable ways, possibly avoidable ways, and unavoidable. Whenever we talk about avoidable ways, food and beverages thrown, which was at some point prior to disposal, edible in the vast majority of situations. So it means you buy too much, you can't finish it. Okay, and possibly avoidable, food and beverages that some people eat and others not. For example, like bread crust. If you buy something, okay, it's this kind of food product may contain, let's say, nuts. Okay, for some people they can't eat nuts because their body reacts to some, let's say, some proteins or allergic compounds found in nuts. Okay, this is possibly avoidable. And for the unavoidable part, waste arising from food preparation that is not and has not been edible under normal circumstances. And for small food vendors, restaurants, this typical edible waste we can minimize. And for the kitchen waste, we can also minimize by looking at parts that we can still utilize. So this is what we call, whenever we would like to utilize back the waste, that this is what we call repurposing waste. Okay, repurposing waste. By this, we can minimize the waste that is being produced, especially from the food products. So this is my take-home message to you, especially for this online food delivery. It is the delivery person's or shipper's responsibility to deliver perishable food and beverages on time with maintained quality and safety. But it is the consumer's responsibility to handle them safely as soon as they arrive at your house. So once again, thank you very much for your attention. I would like to give it back to Selika. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your compact and very clear explanation about online food delivery. So may I give some summary? Consumer perceptions plays a crucial role in understanding the decision-making process of the food product. And we as the food vendors, must think about the non-recycled packaging and the preparation of food and beverage during the delivery, and food and beverage preparation plays a role in quality decrease. So the preparation must be done by following the GMP, SSOP. Also, as consumer, we have to make sure about that. And we have to see the review of the food product and be careful with the undercooked food product. And after that, as the food vendors, we have to control the temperature of the food and beverage product during the delivery process. And now let's move on to the question and answer session. Yes. Okay. First question from, I see. Oh, okay. It's from Angeline. Hello, sir. I want to ask something about my experience related to food service preparation. I was preparing one of raw material that I use in my menu. It is a canned beef spam. I pulled it out and cut them into 10 pieces from one whole piece last night with hygiene standard. And then I keep it into the refrigerator in airtight locked container, and I didn't see anything suspicious at time. But this morning when I want to fry them, I saw a green spot on the top of one of the pieces. I realized it a piece of beef spam that came from the bottom part of the can. And is it a sign that the beef spam product that I used was not in a good quality from the supplier? Or any recommendation how do I to prepare my beef spam? Thank you. Okay, sir.
Okay, so I need to answer it directly, or you would like to read several questions and then I answer, directly in a group?
Oh, you can answer directly, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Angeline Aprilina, yeah? Angeline Aprilina, okay? Yeah, so first of all, you need to think about this typical condition. You've got canned beef spam, okay? So first of all, you need to think about the shelf life of your product, whether it's already close to the shelf life of the food product. Okay, I mean, the shelf life is the due or expiry date is already close to the one that is actually claimed by the company. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing, before you see the expiry date, you have to make sure prior to opening the thing is it's already done, yeah. But for the next round or next time, I guess you need to think of also about the condition of the can before you open it, whether it's already swollen or not, whether the shape of can is still okay or not, just to make sure, okay, whether this typical can product is still in a good condition, especially for the integrity of the can. Okay, good. And the other thing, excuse me, hello.
Yes, sir. We can still hear you.
Okay, wait. I think this. Okay, good. And I thought that my Zoom has a problem. And the other thing is, once you open canned food product, okay, although you put it to refrigerator, okay, we've got some exposure. And you know, the canning process, the target of the canning process is basically to kill a Clostridium botulinum. Okay, and for some, yeah, and for some microorganisms or spores, they might still survive there. Okay, and then once you open it, and then you actually give the opportunity to the microorganisms to regain the conditions that they can change from spore forming condition into vegetative cells. And this is a bit problematic. Okay, so if you say that in the morning, okay, whenever you would like to fry it, you see a green spot, so probably this is typical of changing due to the condition, favorable condition that you give to the microorganisms, so it can grow back into vegetative cells, and finally you can see this green spot. Okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing, this typical green spot might also come from chemical reactions. We have to make sure, because from my understanding, green spot may result from the growth of fungus or fungi. Okay, microorganism or bacteria, I don't think that's really fast, okay, overnight. And the second possibility probably may come from chemical reactions, okay, chemical reactions of your beef sperm. So my recommendation, okay, if you would like to consume or if you would like to prepare food products coming from canned food products, I think it's better to prepare it directly without storing it in any different conditions or even at refrigerated conditions. Okay, because once again, this is self-stable product, so you may store it probably more than months, okay, couple months. So it's better just if you want to consume it, prepare it directly. Okay, not open the can and then leave it inside refrigerator and then in the next day or a couple days later you would like to prepare it. Okay, that's my recommendation to you. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your answer. Next, we have Irving Eka Putra. I think he wants to ask directly. Irving, are you here?
Hello.
Yes. Okay, you
Okay.
can ask the.
So I'm being heard. Hello, thank you, Selika, and thank you, Pazis. So
Hi,
my
Irving.
question, hi, sir, how are you doing? It's been a long
I'm
time.
good. Yeah.
So my
Good.
question is actually about packaging.
Uh-huh.
The object in question is actually French fries. So as we know, French fries get soggy really easily, again, especially when it's freshly fried and packed. So what kind of packaging would you recommend for French fries, especially for maintaining the, well, also the safety side and also the quality, the crispiness, because we want to avoid the steam condensating and saturating the fries.
Yeah, this is quite problematic. Looks simple, but it's really problematic question. Why I say like that? Because French fries is we perceive French fries as quick food, yeah. And of course, the way we prepare it has to be quick. Otherwise, it won't be called quick food. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing is, yeah, we've got a problem because it becomes soggy and then the texture changes. And then whenever it totally different from the one whenever we eat or dine in that kind of particular restaurant. Okay, so what is my recommendation to this typical condition? I think, yeah, whenever we talk about online food delivery, I think it's not best to pack the French fries as it is what whenever you go to blah blah blah, yeah, typical French fries that we know. I think it's better to use vacuum, but once again, vacuum packaging first takes time to prepare, probably costly, yeah. But if we think about quality, that's the best option. But then, as a food vendors, you may also think, yeah, that's a good idea, but it's not practical. Got it? That's a very good idea, but it's not practical. So we need to find out which one is more practical. But of course, we have to balance between the texture or the quality reduction and also some effort that we need to put in. Okay, so the idea is basically you don't need to pack it in under vacuum condition, but most likely, okay, whenever you would like to pack French fries to avoid it becomes soggy, then you need to put after it is fried, okay, do not pack it directly, let it rest a bit. But again, it means you've got a hold up time. Yeah, a hold up time means customer satisfaction because it takes time, okay, to reach the customers, and they will say, why it takes so long? Okay, so this is the idea. So we need to you need to balance between, okay, if the consumers would like to have French fries without having this soggy, or let's say condensed French fries, then you need to hold up a little bit. But if you would like to make it directly, then you need to go to vacuum. So suit yourself. So those are possibilities that I can offer actually. But in fact, we can't find it in nowadays. Why? You need to be fast. Okay. If you would like to vacuum it, money. Okay. I think
Okay,
that's
sir.
it, Irving.
Thank you so much, Sir Aziz.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you also for Irving. Next, we have Dava Adi Pramudia. He also want to ask you directly for Dava, please.
Yes, of course. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
Pak.
everyone. Pak Aziz, I want to ask something.
Mhm.
Until now, I think that styrofoam is very dangerous to wrapping the food. And I want to ask, is there a safe limit for using it, or it's still dangerous? And what the best stuff to wrap the food now? Thank you.
Very good question, Dava. Yeah, styrofoam. We've got a problem with styrofoam. Not only because contamination of certain monomers coming from styrofoam, but how we can recycle this styrofoam. It's also a problem. So this is double burden actually. But this is the light packaging. This is the simple one, and this is the cheap one. Yeah. So how we can use styrofoam without endangering the consumers? Okay. Without also if I say endangering environments, I think it's too much because until nowadays it's still the best option to pack the food, okay, especially for online food delivery. So you need to laminate the styrofoam, okay, so there will be no direct contact between your food products and then the styrofoam, because styrofoam, it's actually produced by loose chemical bonds between constituents, okay. So if it is having direct contact surface of styrofoam and your meat or food products, okay, it will be easily to be migrated, especially when your food product is a bit acidic and oily, okay. This migration will be happening in a rapid rate rather than if it's dry, okay. So you need to laminate it, okay. And the lamination of styrofoam, okay, it's also a problem. Some people may think like lamination of styrofoam probably only for the bottom part, right?
Yes.
That's not true, okay. Most likely what we face in our daily activities, we see styrofoam being laminated only the bottom part, but actually the whole part, okay, the whole part, okay. Why? Because during the delivery you've got bumping, you've got physical disturbance, things like that may also bring your food product in contact with the upper part or the side part of your styrofoam, okay. So you need to also think about how to laminate it completely, okay, if you still
Yes.
want to use styrofoam. But nowadays I think we've got more sustainable packaging types, okay, like the ones that I've shown to you in my presentation. I'm actually I will be giving my presentation to committee, so all of you that would like to acquire this material, I think you can get it later on from committee, okay. I've shown to you several options of how we can have this sustainable packaging, okay. This packaging probably made from starch and other renewable parts or renewable components. I think they are quite safe. I mean, not quite safe, but they are safe rather than utilizing styrofoam. And I think they also are cheaper and lighter. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much for the answer.
Thank you, Dafa.
Thank you, Dava. Is it clear enough for you?
Yes, it's fair enough. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So next, we have question from Larson, indirect. What is your opinion, sir, about food packaging made from bioplastic or any biodegradable materials? What do you think the trend it will be?
Yeah, I think that the trend will be going there. I mean, previously, like answering Dafa, I have already mentioned about sustainable packaging. I think the direction will be going that way. Okay, we talk about environment, we talk about our nature. So we need to think about how to utilize biodegradable materials to to produce our packaging. Yeah, the trend will be going there. That's the first thing. But the second thing, I think we need to also limit ourselves not to overstate about this biodegradable packaging. I mean, overstate means not to consider it highly, because even the biodegradable packaging, you need to compost it. Okay, it also takes some time to be degraded by the nature. So we need to limit ourselves not to overstate that this is the only solution. No, the only solution is you bring your own utensils, you bring your own compartments, you bring your own utensils whenever you would like to eat foods. That's the best option. Actually, you can do it. Okay. For example, like whenever you've got, like in IPB University, we've got this kind of like tap water station. Okay, you need to bring your own tapware. Okay, you need to bring your own bottle rather than you buy commercial bottled water. So that's the best way. I think it's more, yeah, the research, the trend is a good way. That's one of the alternatives, but I think the most, or the more challenging and also prospective solution is our way of life, our lifestyle. Okay, so that's the reason why I say we can't really overstate about this biodegradable packaging. Okay.
Okay, that's a good answer, Mr. Boying. Okay, next we have Evelyn. I think she's from Germany. Maybe, sir, I saw you live in Germany. Have you heard about delivery service Liverando or Liver Health, if I'm not mistaken? If yes, do you think in Indonesia can follow how it is in Germany? Thank you.
Yeah, Liverando or Liver Health. How to put it? it's actually challenging because you I think you nicely asked me to make comparison head to head between the online platforms in Indonesia and in Germany. Uh, yeah, of course, I think we can do that, but it takes time. Yeah, first of all, the culture. I think the culture in Indonesian people and people in Germany, I think they are totally different. That's the first thing. Okay, culture, and the second thing, it's also interesting is, the way we complain in Indonesia and the way we complain in Germany are totally different. In Germany, whenever we complain, that's a must for the company. I mean, they have to respond to it. But in Indonesia, somehow, we sometimes being neglected. Yeah, so yeah, of course, we can do that in the future, but it may take some time. And of course, if the existing online platforms that we are having right now in Indonesia would like to do the way that Liverando or Liver Health do, I think they need to train their shippers. Yeah, that's it, Evelyn.
Okay, sir. So Liver Health and Liverando is same like Gojek or what?
Yeah, most likely it's also shippers.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, thank you, sir. Next, we have from Jihan. Do we need to replace our delivery food from the packaging of the store to our plate? And also, is it safe if we eat our delivery food such as nasi ayam geprek directly from the packaging?
Yeah. Good, very good. I'm gonna answer it from the theoretical background and then my personal view. From theoretical background, we just don't know this packaging. Okay, we just don't know how they are treated, whether they are sterilized or not, whether they are stored in a bulk way with uncontrolled conditions or not. So the answer is it's better just to remove, okay, the packaging and put the food products like nasi ayam goreng or nasi goreng. Okay, I'm waiting nasi goreng from you, Jihan. Okay, put it to your plate, and if it's possible, reheat it. My personal experience, I always do that. Okay, I will never eat online food delivery on my table, okay, where the food is still on the box. We'll never do that. Okay, so that's my personal experience. So from theoretical background, yeah, we never know how they prepare it, how they store these packagings. We never know. Okay, so the best way, take out your food, put it on your plate, and then if it's possible, reheat it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Before we next, I've seen before that Attila have a question. Attila, can you please ask Mr. Boeing directly. Atila? Oh, okay. Okay, here's the question. Good afternoon, sir. As we know, many small vendors don't understand about GMP, SSOP, or GHP for their preparation and packaging. Should we do the online platform make the regulation about it?
Yeah, good. This is also interesting. You know, we've got National Agency of Drug and Food Control in Indonesia in here, Badan POM. I think there are many trainings already being done, especially for our small food vendors. That's the first thing. So if we say some of them, they might not understand about this one. I think the chance is too little because we've got it already. It is national program already. That's the first thing. But okay, processing the food, following the GMP, following SSOP, no matter how simple is your processing plant or processing area, okay, it totally depends not solely on the training, but the habit of the producers. Yeah. That's the first thing. And the second thing that I would like to highlight as well, at the moment, National Agency of Drug and Food Control, I think they are working how to establish regulation, especially for the distribution of this processed food that are marketed online. Okay, they are doing it. Jadi sekarang itu Badan POM itu sedang bekerja menyusun regulasi, okay, bagaimana makanan proses foods, okay, they will be regulated, okay. So you can still think or you can still complain whenever the food products will cause, okay, food poisoning, okay, or foodborne disease after the consumption. So we need to regulate this one. Why? Because as I have mentioned to you previously, the market is on the rise, okay. The number is increasing. So we need to regulate this one, okay. So that's it, okay. So not depending solely on the training, but the habit of the food vendors. Okay. And I think Himitepa may also play a role on this. Okay. Talking about GMP, simple GMP, especially or sanitation, especially for small food vendors, I think this is not too complicated. Okay, for Himitepa to do this. I think I actually challenged Himitepa. Where is Selma? Selma is still here. Okay, I need to challenge Himitepa to do this typical activity, especially for our small food vendors. Okay, that's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Before we move on, we still have a lot of questions. Is it okay for you, sir?
I'm totally okay.
Okay.
With the questions.
Okay. Next, we have Rara. Hello, Mr. Boeing. In this COVID-19 era, my family have been ordering food online more instead of cook it ourselves at home because we can't get groceries as often as we used due to the PPKM. And my parents always tell me whenever we order the food, I need to reheat it and in the microwave to sterilize from all the virus and contaminants that is exposed during the delivery process. My question is, does that procedure really work, or is it just to kill the bacteria that develop in danger zone during the process? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rara. I think that's very good condition that you have in your family. Yeah, I think it's better to reheat it. Okay, I think the virus, okay, not really stable, especially at very high temperature. Okay, because the plasmid is not being protected. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing, we just never know how the scheme or how the possible route, okay, may occur during your online food deliveries. Okay, so I think that's the best way to do it if it's possible. But of course, if you buy chilled or let's say chilled foods or chilled drinks, yeah, you don't need to microwave it. Okay, so what I would like to say is like this: there is a higher risk whenever you buy the food product which are produced and then sold out marketed to you under chilled conditions rather than the food product that you would like to eat it directly under room temperature. Do you understand what I mean? The possibility, the risk, okay, is higher for this typical chilled product. Okay, so one thing for sure that you have to make sure, be sure whenever you pick or whenever you buy this typical cold, chilled, refrigerated food products online, and then you would like to consume it directly. Why? Because I have experienced it by myself. We buy certain beverages, okay, chilled beverages, and then we consume it, and then we end up by getting our son into hospital. Okay, so please be careful with that. Okay, so I don't want to limit yourself. I would like to exaggerate about the condition, but please be careful, okay, with your selection. Okay, I think what your family has done, Rara, I think that's the best idea at the moment. I think that's the best strategy at the moment. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the answer, and also thank you, Rara, for your question. It's a great question. Next, we have Saras. Hello, Mr. Aziz. I want to ask about the plastic packaging we got from the online food delivery. What do you think about the use of plastic packaging obtained from ordering food online, where the packaging should be thrown away, but instead the plastic is collected and stored for a long time, and then the plastic is reused? How safe is it to be reused as packaging example for food and beverage products?
Okay, thank you. So first of all, whenever you receive the plastics, okay, if you think that you are going to reuse it, this is something that you need to ask yourself first. Are you going to reuse it? If you are going to reuse it, so it's better just to spray it with alcohol, okay, and then you can store it. But of course, in the next time, you don't use it directly or in direct contact with your food product. For other purposes, if you would like to buy something from the market, you can use the plastic. That's how we can minimize the contamination. That's how we can reuse the plastic packaging. Okay, so that's the idea of it. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, you can't really control the food vendors whenever typical packaging that they would like to use, right? You take it as it is, you receive it as it is. Okay, so the best way, you can actually ask, let's say the food vendors, whenever it's possible, instead of utilizing plastic, whenever they have the other options, not utilizing plastic, if they have the options, then you go to the options. For example, multi-purpose bag. I think it's better. Do you understand what I mean? In certain restaurants, they have it. Pernah nggak mengalaminya? I've got it. If you buy from blah, 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 blah one, ya kan? You can ask them, I don't want to be packed in plastic. I would like to use multi-purpose bag. Okay, it's possible. I think it's useful for you. Okay, because you can utilize the bag again and again rather than you take the plastic. Okay, that's the best idea.
Okay, thank you, sir. And next we have from Raisa Azahra. I can manage this takeaway problem, but how can I engage my family member because they don't care so much about these issues?
Okay, Raisa, so this is the challenge for you indeed. Yeah, so Raisa, you've got to explain to your parents, but of course, in a possible way. What I mean, possible way, you have to change your language, not utilizing my own language, not utilize my language, what I say to you. Of course, they were like, what? Please speak in Bahasa, or please speak in our manner, or please speak in the thing that we do understand. Okay, so this is the challenge for you, Rara. Challenge for you, of course. So you have to deliver the information, okay, in a very simple way, okay, to show it's really important to consider about the safety of the food products that you buy from online food delivery. Okay, I think you can do it. Toy, toy, toy. If German people say toy, 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 Rara, it means keep spirited. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, next we have Nicholas. And hello, Mr. Sitanggang. I have a question regarding the management of food waste. You mentioned repurposing the still edible repurposing the still edible food waste, and I'm curious, isn't it possible for this practice to affect the quality of the food that we serve or we produce?
Yeah, good. So this is what I say, repurposing waste. Okay, of course you don't use it in the intact form of the waste. You have to extract it. So this is the second generation of food products. Okay, when you learn about food processing, you are taught about first generation of processing, second generation of processing, and then when we get into the extraction process, purification process, then you are going to the next level of processing. This is what we call third and fourth generation of food product. So from the waste, let's say you are going to have waste or food waste, and then this food waste actually the leftover of your let's say salad. Okay, so we can extract bioactive compounds out of this. So this is the third and fourth generation. So you don't use it as food anymore, but as an extract. Okay. So of course, this extract can be utilized as ingredient, or you can also use it for other purposes as well. Okay. So this is what we call, or what I say, upgrading the waste. I think in Germany, in States, they've already started to do this. In Sweden also, they started to do this. So, you know, the leftover foods, okay, the leftover foods in the restaurants, they try to categorize it. Before they throw it away, they categorize it. Okay, contains fat or not, okay, organic or not, processed or not, raw or not, and then they categorize this one. So later on, whenever they would like to extract it, it makes it easier for them. I think we can also follow it, okay, especially in Indonesian restaurants. Yeah, so it's possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, the next question, and also I think this is a study case from Lares. Hello, Lares. Can you ask Mr. Boying directly?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I kind of nervous though. I'm sorry, sir. Hello, sir. I want to ask about, like, we all know that most of Indonesian people seems not aware enough about this safety and quality food losses during delivery service, especially related about microorganism and even bacteria, that we know that only certain people like us, like food student, who only knows about this issue. And also this topic, I like to say that it's not uncommon things that Indonesian people usually discuss and aware about it. So I want to ask, is there maybe any advice for us food students to slowly bring this issue up to our society, so they can become more aware about this issue, especially regarding the issue about microorganism and bacteria one. Thank you.
Okay, good. Very good question, Laras. So the most important thing is how we can educate the closest persons to us. That's how we started. Instead of like educating for the other people, I think it's totally fine. But whenever we talk this online food delivery, I think the case is more to house per house, right? So especially you food science students, you have to start it from the closest persons in your family. It means the whole family. So how you show it, not by saying something, but by doing it. Okay, because whenever they see rather than hear, I think they would like to be more interested, right? So start it from yourself. Okay, when you start it from yourself, whenever they see you, and then start to say something, explain it in a simple way. That's it. So we start with our own family, and right after that we can do this kind of like a webinar or food talk and things like that. I think that's the first thing. Imagine this, how many students are now, how many students are in this webinar? 155. So 155 families. If one family consists of 4 people, so it's already almost, okay, 660, 620, right? So imagine this. So we start from ourselves, the closest persons to ourselves, and then we show to them, and then try to explain in a simple way. That's how we do it, Laras. Okay. Yeah, of course. Although, you know, especially Indonesian people, especially our parents, yeah, I'm also in this kind of situation. Whenever my mom and dad, I say like blah blah blah, and then my mom and dad will say, "Ah, yeah, yeah, you're my son. You know, you don't need to teach me." It's always like that. But don't give up. Okay. You have to do it again and again until it becomes habit, and then they will see it. Okay, good. Because they say action speaks louder than the talk.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, Lares, is it clear enough for you, or do you have any additional question?
No, it's actually really clear for me. Thank you, sir, for the answer.
Yes, Laras.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next we have Larson, and this is his second question. Larson, can you please ask Mr. Boeing directly?
Yeah, hi, sir. It was a great presentation, by the way. I want to ask about you. How about things like desserts, like cakes or breads, or maybe kind of chilled products that we buy online? Is there any way to sterilize it, or there is no need for us to sterilize it at all? Thank you.
Yeah, good. Very good questions. But the thing is, before we move into how to sterilize it, you need to think about what is the condition whenever you receive this product through online food delivery. Because these typical cakes or bread, let's say, they are not really high in water activity. Okay, that's the first thing. So more likely they are low or medium risk foods, right? These bread and cakes. That's the first thing. Whenever you receive it under very good, maintained, proper packaging, okay, you don't have to. Okay, whenever you receive it from food online delivery or from the shippers, okay, in a very good condition, I mean, in a very good wrapped, you don't have to. Okay, but then if you think that you receive it with the integration of the packaging already broken, then you have to sterilize it. Then how we sterilize it? I'd rather say not to sterilize it, but reheat it. Yeah. And how you reheat it? Yeah, depending on the characteristic of the cake. If it's bread, doesn't really matter if we put it into microwave for certain seconds. Okay. But then if it's the other things, like if you have like desserts, okay, with we've got some toppings on that, think about the other way. Okay, irradiation is not a good way. I mean, nobody would like to have irradiator at home. So the only possible way is you steam it first. Steam it. You know how to steam it? We just need to use steam. Kalau orang Indonesia bilangnya kukus in a short period. Okay, is that clear, Larson?
Yes, it is. Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Larson. Okay, next we have Fadila, and she want to ask direct question. Please, Fadila.
So I would like to ask you, Sir Sitanggang, you all also has habit to eat your you dine in food, not in its original box, but your own plate. So what my family also has same habit too, and we also do it to literally to every what we bought from outside since COVID. We clean it with wet tissue in order to virus. Now, the thing that I'm always curious is, does virus is literally everywhere? So it is really obligation for us to clean everything that we bought, include our dine-in food packaging.
Yeah, thank you, Fadila. If I got your question, whether it really works, whether we are supposed to do that every time we buy the food products, right? I mean, from online food delivery, we need to clean everything, right? Yeah. So, for risk minimization, okay, we need to eliminate all the possibilities, right? Once again, for risk minimization, we need to eliminate all the possibilities. So the best thing to do that, we need to conduct this sort of things that we can minimize the contamination through the utilization of these disinfectants or alcohols or wet tissues that you have. Okay, the thing is, you need to pick the proper one, right? Because if you use wet tissues, so probably will it be I mean, because you say that you move it to your plate and things like that, do you need to do that? If you would like to move your food product in onto your plate, I don't think you need to use wet tissue, but just use alcohol directly. As long as you try to spray the alcohol and then do not spill the alcohol to your food product. Okay, that's the first thing that I would like to say. And is it necessary to do this? Yes, I think we need, especially in this kind of COVID pandemic. Are you coming from Malaysia?
No, I'm original Indonesian.
Okay. Yeah, I think also in Indonesia, you know, not only in the capital, not only in Java, but I think the number of COVID-19 also spreading out of Java, and the number is on the rise. And even in Malaysia, I think also the number is on the rise. So we need to do this precaution. Okay, so the best way to do that, clean it everything. So is it too much? Yes, it's too much, but it's better too much rather than, you know, you know what I mean. It's better too much. Yeah. You know, whenever it comes to food safety or safety, there is no too much. It's just our way. It's just our strategy, how to minimize. Yeah. I think that's it, Selika.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Is it clear enough for you, Fadila, or do you have any more questions?
Yes, I have it enough. Thank you, Sir Sitanggang.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Fadila. You are the first person to call me that.
No, I think it's a
I
second.
don't think I'm not the first.
Yeah, the second one.
Oh.
The first is Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas.
Yes. Okay, we have the last question from Abdi Revandio. Sir, I want to ask some question. Is it safe to store ice cubes at the same space with raw meat? And can bacteria still migrate without direct contact with the contamination source in the freezer, for example, through the freezer air circulation? Thank you, sir.
I think it's still okay as long as the meat that you store is completely wrapped. Okay, I think it's still okay. But then whenever it's not completely wrapped, then you've got a problem there, because the freezer is not left there without being opened. So whenever it's open, circulation happening, and then yeah, there is possible transfer from your meat to ice cubes. Okay, but whenever it's completely wrapped, I think it's still okay. But you know, whenever you utilize now, I think the refrigerator now, I think they already compartmentalize this. Yeah, whenever you would like to produce ice cubes, they have small box already inside the freezer, and then it's totally isolated from the other area, especially when you store like frozen meat and so on. Yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, Abdul Effendi also already said thank you for the explanation. Okay, it's a great discussion, and thank you everyone who already participating in this discussion. And to Mr. Boeing, as a way to show our gratitude, we would like to give you a little gift as our token of appreciation. Okay, yes. Thank you, sir.
Wow, I've got Slimmer in here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, because you can joining us again, second time in Food Talk webinar, and thank you for every insights that you already shared to us, and it really gives me new knowledge for me personally, and of course for every participants in here. But before we close our agenda today, please everyone turn on your camera and have a beautiful smile because we want to take a picture with Mr. Aziz. For operator, please.
Okay, everyone. So first of all, thank you for your attention and time during the webinar. So for all the participants, please turn on your web camera so we can take a picture together. Okay, for the first slide. Hello, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the second slide. Okay, 1, 2, 3. For the third slide. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the fourth slide. Okay, That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adele. Once again, I would like to say a really thank you for every participation and the discussion. And it was very unexpected for us as a committee because we can hold an international webinar like this. Also, there are a lot of participants in here. So I think that's all. I am Selika. On behalf of the committee, would like to say thank you. And I'm sorry if there is some kind of mistake. So see you on another event. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Salisha. Thank you very much for inviting me. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day.